Today we have come at a crossroad where sanity has disappeared, where religious extremism has gone to its maximum limit. We have come to a point where the level of tolerance has come to zero level, and where security, trust has completely been minimized. And in this context, to live a happy life, a normal life, is a big challenge, is an extremely big challenge. And especially as Pakistan itself is a victim of many other concerns like bad governance, like the energy crisis, political instability, dictatorship, etc., etc. The recent church bombing in Pakistan was a big shock for the Christians. Never in the history of Pakistan have the Christians experienced such an act. We've had violent attacks on our churches, on our properties, but in this particular act, we lost over 115 people. They died. And over 160 people were wounded in just one go. And that's a big number. And this was done in the middle of a worship service. And most of the victims were little children and women. The impact that it has led to has been anger, reviewing our own self, an opportunity to reflect on our own selves, and re-strategizing how we as the church and as Christians need to be able to live and witness to our commitment and to our calling and to what we are supposed to do as citizens of Pakistan. It does make us very insecure. Yes, the common Christian who does not have a job, who is down there at the social level, feels very, very insecure, very threatened, because the experience of forced conversion, the experience of rape, the experience of kidnapping is very common. And he feels or she feels very insecure. And they look for every opportunity they can get for safer havens. But the world is both a very kind world and at the same time a very cruel world. Everything has set standards and requirements. And some of these people who have never had an opportunity for education, for learning, for communication, just do not fulfill those standards, and therefore have to live in that pain and agony. How can we lift the others up for better human life? Why have I continued up till now to be in Pakistan? Is primarily because I feel that the church has a contribution to make. I want to be there because of my faith. What I've experienced in my faith for Jesus Christ leads me to be able to relate to a situation where there is brokenness, where there is injustice, where there is lack of peace, where life is not respected, and where life is not valued. It is not easy. It doesn't sound like a sane situation. It doesn't make sense to a common person, and neither does it make a lot of sense to me. But then at the same time, I believe there is this power of God. This is what leads me to be in Pakistan. In spite of the beating and the brutal attacks, our faith in the teachings of Jesus Christ, our faith in the promise of abundant life, our faith in the hope of Christ is as lively as it was in the life of the apostles and of the early church. And therefore, we continue to remain to that faith, and nothing will dampen our spirits. Bombing, murder, burning, shooting will not dampen our spirits and our commitment to Jesus Christ. In fact, after the Peshawar incidents, we have seen the churches getting closer, united, and attendance in the worship services has just grown. The interest of the young people in the life of the church has just expanded. I'm not saying that persecution should be done to strengthen the church, but what I'm saying, what we are experiencing in Pakistan, and the pain and the tears in our eyes, we give praise and thanks to God that He loves us and that He is faithful to us. My personal prayer is a petition to the Lord. Lord, help me and strengthen me to be able to handle the most challenging situations which come across in my ministry in the most sensible manner, and not to run away from them, not to put it on you to solve it for me, and not to put it on the other person to entirely solve it for me. But please give me the wisdom, the strength, and the courage, and the patience to handle it.